Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, August 28, 2014. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gansav says his government will be putting plans in place in the upcoming budget for an oncologist in SVG. Speaking at the launch of a cancer support group here, Dr. Gansav says he sees the need for such a specialist in the country and a cancer unit at the hospital.
The truth is this, given the number of cases, it is necessary and desirable for us to have a consultant in the field of oncology, for us to have nurses and other support medical personnel who are properly trained, and to begin to invest in partnerships for treatments, chemotherapy for instance.
Two men are said to be in police custody assisting with investigation into a rape and robbery which occurred earlier this week in the Argyle-Mount Pleasant area. According to reports reaching SVG-TV News, a woman and her daughter were awakened at their home around 2 a.m. on Tuesday by two intruders. The men, armed with a cutlass, reportedly demanded cash and gold from the woman, who handed over the items to them. It was after such time the men reportedly demanded sex from the woman, who during the ordeal pleaded with them not to touch her young daughter. The intruders made off with a number of items including cash, jewelry, wines, toiletries, a laptop and other items. SVG-TV News further understands that after the men took off, the woman was able to contact a local journalist via Facebook to seek help. An alert was raised and two suspects were later taken into custody. Charges are, however, yet to be laid against them. Meanwhile, the police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting of Disney Harry, a 27-year-old fisherman of Barley, which occurred at Barley at about 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday. According to the police, reports received are that a female friend of Harry was in an argument with one Osborne Lamking, who was sitting in a vehicle. Harry approached the vehicle and was shot in the right thigh. Lamking reportedly fled the scene. A firearm was recovered by the police. Harry is a patient at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, and Lamking is assisting the police with the investigations. Developing occupational skills was the aim of the Adult and Continuing Education Zone 3 as they concluded a 6-week training today at the Guadalupe Home for Girls. Coordinator Wanda Descent said the participants were involved in hands-on approach and group work. Descent noted that they are interested in developing skills which will be beneficial to the participants throughout their lives.
Garment construction course has room for continuity since the program was meant to be an appetizer or a prelude to the interlude. Parents can now be able to make household garments, bake cakes, pastries, and learn the art of iced cake, and also have learned to weave hair, braids, jerry curl, and relax their hair for themselves, family, and friends. They can also gain part-time employment since practice makes perfect. We do acknowledge the Honorable Gerlin Miguel. She has provided for her constituency a hibiscus garment making group and the Guadalupe Home for Girls to unveil hidden potential within our adult learners. Thank you very much, Minister, for your intervention.
She also noted that the zone has been making significant progress in subject areas as it relates to adult and continuing education.
ACE Zone 3, through the years, has acquired 100% passes in human and social biology, office administration, and agricultural science, and excellent passes in English, math, social studies, principles of business, principles of accounts, business studies at Cape, CCSLC, math, English, social studies. For this academic year 2014, we have added to our application form 6 new subjects. Also, we have signed up for subjects that would have been added, and these classes were held at 2 strategic points, Maraqua Government School and Greg's Government School. All of this information can be accessed at our ACE Zone 3 page located on Facebook.
Meantime, Decent noted that the participants in the adult and continuing education program are continuing to make significant strides on the job market and at the college level.
How can I not mention about participants who would have received the opportunity to enter the various colleges, namely Teachers College, Nursing, Community College, and Technical College, and by extension entering into job markets as chef, seamstresses, cosmetologist, librarian, sales clerk, and secretary, etc.
Local videographer and promoter Regis Splectron Williams is moving forward with steps to improve the quality of Vincentian soca music. Williams told SVG-TV News earlier today that part of his vision is to assist artists in refining their music, and that he will be staging a series of fundraising events with the intent to assist soca artists in producing music videos to help push their music.
What I've noticed for the last 6 or 7 years is that 2 particular artists have been winning Soca Monarch, which is Skinny Fire. So I decided that I should do something for the other soca artists, give somebody else a chance to actually win a crown or a title, because the way it's going now, these 2 artists may be winning for another 6 or 7 years. So this show is basically to give another soca artist a chance to win a crown. The other thing is, quite a few artists will have checked me to do music videos. They ask like how much is the video. When I give them the price, they say, okay, I'll check it back, and they didn't check it back because the finance is just too much. Now after a soca artist would have taken the money out of the pocket to build the music, there's just no money left to do a music video. So I said to myself, why don't you do a concert, and all the profits from this concert, you just put it into an account and produce the videos for the artists free of cost.
Williams said among his other plans is for the staging of a Calypso King of Kings competition. He said such shows would be streamed for those living in the diaspora and for locals who would rather sit at home. It is anticipated that they may be able to view the events via pay-per-view.
One of the ways we look at raising funds is we hope to have CDC allow us to use their pay-per-view channel. So persons who may not want to go to the park to sit down and so on, they could pay to view it. The whole family sit down on the table and look at it, eat some popcorn, and they support the cause still. So that's something we plan to have it streamed. The person in the diaspora who live overseas, etc., can pay a little $5 US to look at the show and support the cause. So we plan to have an accounting form, call it taken from the nature. We pay the bills, we pay for our sound system security, and after all of this paid, the profit that remains goes from the account, and this money will be disbursed to artists to produce the videos and the music, etc.
Meanwhile, 2 local soca artists have already benefited from Splectron's cause in providing financial support for the production of a music video. Former Calypso and Raga Soca monarch Shernell Scorpion Williams is one of the 2 recipients. On the eve of the release of his music video Rock Curry, Williams expressed his gratitude for the support given.
We heard Regis Splectron speaking all about the opportunity he's given artists to do music videos, and as I said, I'm a person who is benefiting from the kindness of Mr. Splectron and his company. The video will be launched tomorrow. It's called Rockery, and it's something that you will see that Splectron has really put in a lot of effort in production, the visual aspect of it, because how it is in this time we do an audio song, and sometimes we never really get to put the visual aspect to it. So it was really nice working with him because, you know, as I said, he's very interested in pushing the local music out there and having it being played all 3 years, not only on Carnival time. And, you know, this is really something that, you know, artists should really take up and you can benefit from it because then persons will get to know you more in terms of your music, and if you're new, it's a good way to market yourself.
Vincentians will witness the second showcase of the conglomeration SVG 2014 this Saturday at the Russell Center. Coordinator of Conglomeration SVG, Curtis Williams, said the event, which will showcase talent in 16 different categories, will commence with a networking session from 7 p.m.
The conglomeration, we were looking at being all things to all men. We having the singing, the instrumentals, the dancing, the modeling. Those are the musical events. Then we have things like preaching, prayer, spoken word, monologue, comedy. We have our drama, of course. We have poetry. We have poetic art. And we have all of these different variables happening in one evening, one night. It's a timed program. It begins at 7 p.m. What happens at 7 p.m. is downstairs of the Russell's Center. Downstairs, we'll be beginning with our photo shoot. We do that first, and then we move to our video interviews. And from our video interviews, right there in the lobby area, we also have our entrepreneurial exhibition, so that persons can bring their business cards, their brochures, their slideshows, a little model of what they do, and be discovered, get orders, get business for the upcoming week, and maybe make sales.
He noted that the show will be an added boost to SVG's tourism product.
The hall will be so beautifully decorated, and you are going to be in for a real treat, because there, in addition to the 12 performances, we have surprises from guests from St. Vincent and guests from the Grenadines as well, so that we have these 12 different things happening. How does this actually take place? That's because they all flow without any interruption from an MC. So the program runs without an MC. The program also runs without an intermission, because we have all of these things to fit into that evening. So when you're ready, you just slip away, get your little drink, your little eats, you do your little toiletries, and you back upstairs in the hall, and you enjoying a great evening with your significant other, with your spouse, with your family, with your friends, with your church group.
Forestry Focus, the annual event held by the Forestry Department to heighten awareness of the importance of the forestry to SVG, will be held here during the month of September 2014. A series of activities has been organized to mark the occasion, which is being celebrated under the theme Valuing Our Watershed, Ridge to Reef, Connecting People, and the slogan No Forest, No Rivers, No Life. Forestry Focus is used as part of the department's general public education program to bring into focus particular areas of development in forestry that have some measure of significance to members of the general public. This year, some of the major rural communities mostly affected by the December 2013 flash floods have been earmarked. The planned activities will highlight the importance of watersheds in providing water for agriculture, domestic use, electricity generation, food and recreation, as well as their potential to bring adversities to the communities if left unmanaged. The major activities include a series of radio programs, a field tour in which community group members of Beckway will be taken to the Connery watershed area, and a Workers' Appreciation Day in which retired forestry workers will be visited at their homes. Police here are continuing their investigation into a vehicular accident which occurred on the Caliaquo Public Road earlier today. According to reports, at about 11:40 this morning, minibus HV459 driven by Sylvanus Mars, 25 of Diamonds, overturned while en route to Kingstown in the area of Howard KP Marine. At the time of the accident, Mars and the bus conductor, 21-year-old Desron Samuel, were the only ones in the vehicle. Both men were taken to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, where they were treated and discharged. The silver Nissan minivan was extensively damaged, while a second vehicle is said to have been involved in the accident. According to reports, PV448, driven by Michael Bracking of Rattomale, was also traveling toward Kingstown when the accident occurred and he sustained minor damage.